Hi everybody, Laura here. Thank you so much for joining me today. I have a couple of fun, festive, adorable holiday projects featuring several Mama Elephant products. None of it's really new. It's just some stuff I pulled out of my stash. Some things I have never used before, but always loved and wanted to use. Some things I've used a ton, like this one here, the cat's meow. And then this one's kind of new, Winter Banner Greetings. I just felt like making some holiday cards with Mama Elephant. This was the starting point, this Ornate house grid die. I've had this for a while, bought it myself, and I just love it. I love anything architectural, and I do love Mama Elephant, and I wanted to make a house shape card for the holidays. So I made an A2 card out of white cardstock. And then I'm just holding up the house die, and I'm just tracing the roof because it's basically all you need is that roof shape. So I traced it with a pen, pulled out the old guillotine trimmer, and I'm just going to cut it along the top. You'll see later that I actually need to trim more off. It wasn't quite right to size, but this was a starting point. So now I'm going to cut the Ornate house grid out of some poppy red cardstock by Concord 9th. I thought a bright red house would be fabulous for the holidays. I was also almost tempted to make a brown, kind of like a gingerbread house. I think that would be really cool as well. But I made a bright red poppy house. Also, when you die cut it, it gives a unique etching detail. You can see it there along the roof line. Here's where I'm tracing my card base again. I need to trim off that little bit of excess on the top. Just a little smidge to make it fit. Nothing too outrageous. Okay, so taking the guillotine. I feel like the guillotine gives me a nice straight cut rather than trying to freehand it with scissors. Putting the whole thing back into my MISTI because now I'm going to line up some critters peeping out of the window. These are all going to be kitty cats from the Cat's Meow. This is an older stamp set, but I love these ones. They have the little cats and they're like peeping out, and some of them have a hand or a paw up so you can put different things in their paw like a balloon or a gift. I'm going to use a candy cane, and I'm stamping these all with intense black ink. Wanted to use a Copic friendly ink because I'm going to be coloring these with Copic. So just lined up a few here and stamped them. Then I lined up some of the same ones again. You know, there's only about 4 peeping kitties. You could also, there's another stamp set that has peeping puppies. Can't remember the name of it, but you know how Mama Elephant has all the critters. You got all frogs, dogs, cats, and elephants, and unicorns. If you want a cute critter, Mama Elephant's got you covered. And then this Christmas tree, this one's from Me and My Yeti, another oldie but goodie. Stamped that up in the very top window there. The sentiment is from the Cat's Meow. A meowy Christmas to all. I'm also going to stamp on a separate little scrap piece of paper some accessories. I thought it might be cute to add a top hat or a crown, a candy cane, a Christmas present. I wasn't sure what I was going to do, and then I saw this cute little mouse in the Cat's Meow stamp set. I thought, I'm going to stamp a mouse sitting on top of the cat's head. Kind of reminded me of Ratatouille. And then I had to stamp it separate because I'm psychotic. But you see how the mouse's tail is like poking into the cat's ear? I didn't like that, so I re-stamped it and I pushed the mouse over a little bit to the left so the mouse tail isn't poking into the cat's ear. Don't ask me, but sometimes little things just drive me bonkers. So I re-stamped it and I patched it in. I just taped it. You'll never know that I redid it. So if you ever have a boo-boo, there's ways to camouflage the repair. Okay, now I'm just coloring Copics. I don't show this whole process because I just cannot watch myself color with Copics. I think it's like watching paint dry. But I do show a little bit of the process. You know, got to have a rosy cheek. I did all different colors of kitty cats, gray, you know, tabby, whatnot, using the coordinating dies to cut out all the little accessories. Here's where I changed my mind. I thought I was going to add the die cut crown and the die cut top hat, but then I changed my mind and decided I'm just going to stamp the crown on top of the cat's head, stamp the top hat, and I like the way that looked better because sometimes when you die cut an image, it gives that little white trim around the edge, and it doesn't always appeal to me you know, with a stamped image. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it looks nice to have a stamped image on a stamped image. Anywho, color and all the things. I like to incorporate green whenever I can because it has a great contrast with the red house. So you've got the green little bits and bobbles. You got the different color kitty cats. I did add a little die cut candy cane here on one paw, and then over on the left, a little red Christmas gift. And then the final touch. This is the Sentiments from a Yeti. I'm going to stamp this little star garland. I'm just stamping it with that intense black ink, and then I'm going to die cut it out. Now, if I had, this would be a fun time to add if you have star enamel dots. I wish I had star enamel dots. I know I do, but I think I only have yellow ones, and I was craving some rainbow garland. So I'm going to color these stars in rainbow colors. I'm just going to glue this right under the top window here. I love how that just nestles in like so. And then just use my Copics. Nothing fancy schmancy. You could definitely make all these stars yellow. You could even add glossy accents. But I did rainbow because sometimes you just need a little holiday rainbow. That's a new jingle right there. You heard it first. A meowy Christmas to all. I don't know if you love this, but this brings me joy. I don't know. Cats peeping out of a red Christmas house with rainbow star garland. Forget about it. Now, another one, Globies grid cover. I am die cutting this out of some, I believe this is Eucalyptus. It's either Eucalyptus or Tide Pool by Concord 9th. Here's the thing. I got to start labeling my cardstock. There's so many colors now. I'm starting to get confused, but I think this is Eucalyptus. Love this shade. It's a very toned down, muted. I'm going to fill in, again, same idea with the Ornate house grid, but this one's with the little snow globes. And I'm using a bunch of images from the Me and My Yeti stamp set. Okay, again, stamping those with Copic friendly ink. And there's, how many? I think there's 12 little snow globes. And this is a great way to use these tiny little images. I did some little houses, some trees, snowman, some little cute kiddos. There's even some mountains on the bottom. And here's where I'm doing very simple Copic coloring. Sometimes I like it, just a flat color. No shading, no darks, no lights, just one color, bada boom. Some Hero Arts acetate, which, by the way, is my favorite acetate. I don't know why, but I love the Hero Arts acetate. Going to use a little Barely Art glue to glue this snow globe grid onto the acetate. And then I'm going to use some waffle flower adhesive strips to make my shaker window. And we're going to have a day. We're going to shake it up for the holidays. Okay, so here's these foam strips. I love them. They make making a shaker a delight. Speaking of the holidays, have you guys started decorating? I asked my husband, I said, what's your opinion about decorating for Christmas before Thanksgiving? He's like, you gotta wait. And I'm like, and here's the thing, my husband's Canadian. I'm like, in Canada, they've already had Thanksgiving. So technically, by the way, for the filler, I'm using Pretty Pink Posh snowflakes and little mini stars. Just a little bit, not too much, carefully removing that backer. And then I'm going to flip the card over and adhere the card to the shaker window. And so, the other day I was at Aldi and they had a couple Christmas fun things, like a couple candles. And I bought it. And you know what? It put me in a good mood. Put me in a good festive mood. Now for a sentiment, I'm using one of these winter banner greetings. And also I'm doing some champagne matte cardstock for the bottom of the snow globes. For the sentiment, I used Rainforest cardstock, also by Concord 9th. I'll have everything linked in my description box. If I forget to mention a color of cardstock or a stamp set, because I did use quite a few different Mama Elephant ones. I just had a day. You ever just go to your stash and you start pulling out and then the mojo starts flowing and next thing you know, you got 10 products sitting on your desk, but it kind of makes you feel good because you're like, you feel like you're using your stash. Anywho, I had fun doing this today. It wasn't an assignment. It was just something that I wanted to do, and I really want to do more of that because it really brings me joy to just use the products in my stash and do what I want to do when I want to do it. Okay, there you have a happy holiday snow globe shaker and a MEOW Christmas to all bright red kitty cat house for the holidays. What do you think? Which one do you like better? The kitty cats or the snow globes? I think I got to do another house with the puppy dogs. You know what I mean? Or maybe monkeys or frogs. I don't know, but it's calling my name. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.